Welcome, Sudbuds, to another cycle of Dirty Laundry Clean Confessions, a family podcast created for the next generation. Smarge can't wait to see what you'll become, Grandsuds. Live, pre-recorded, from our family laundry room with Smarge, Haas, Otter, Silu, and sometimes not the real guest. Here, we're hanging it all on the line with everyday ordinary people who are doing extraordinary things. In the room where famous people are loved, adored, and admired, however, not invited, except for the great Willie Nelson, of course. Thanks for joining us in the laundry room while we fold through life's journeys. We're keeping it fresh, washing through stains, and making colors just a little bit brighter. Bum, bum, bum.
We make no money off this podcast news. Give us confessions we can use. People love it when you lose, they love dirty laundry. We couldn't be actors, so we wound up here. Don't have to look good, just have to speak clear. Come and whisper in our ear, give us dirty laundry.
Yeah, we are live. Yeah, we are rolling. We are rocking.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah, what's happening?
It's been a while.
It's been too long.
Yeah.
It's been a few weeks.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, definitely. How you doing over there, Smarge?
I'm doing good. I'm just happy to be recording a podcast again.
Yeah, I know.
We've been working our butts off.
Yeah.
And having fun, but
Yeah, definitely.
But I do miss just sitting back and talking to great people.
Yeah, it's just, this is the roots right here. That's where we started. So
Absolutely.
Okay.
So how are you on your laundry?
surprisingly, I am caught up.
Nice.
Yeah, yesterday and the day before that, I've just been plugging away at my new job and just, it's awesome because I don't have to make any phone calls. So I can just run that washer and dryer until about 5 when it gets expensive, you know what I'm saying? And then, so I caught up the last couple days. I've been feeling awesome. So
Nice.
yeah, definitely. The wife is very happy.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
Yes, definitely. How about you? How's your laundry looking?
I'm all caught up.
Are you?
Which is nice. Yeah.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Kind of had a quiet weekend after the big day, Friday.
heck
Haas
yeah.
is now hitched. She's a married woman.
Shout out to Haas. Haas the boss.
Yes. And it was a great time.
Nice.
It was great. It was a great family, friends. It was wonderful.
Heck yeah.
So, yeah, shout out to Haas. We
Yeah.
love her.
I'm jealous.
And Mr. Haas. Shout out to Mr. Haas. Yeah, I'm jealous too. I want to have another wedding. They're fun parties, man.
Sounds like an awesome wedding I wasn't invited to.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You didn't make the cut. You didn't make the cut.
Okay.
Well, you
I
know,
just played it.
shit goes down in the laundry
It
room
does.
sometimes.
It
Come
does.
on.
It
Come
does.
on.
What about your famous people? You got any updates coming?
Well, Willie just finished his outlaw tour with Bob Dylan.
Word. Okay.
And so I'm hoping he's getting some rest. And he also did his farm aid. So
Nice.
he's done hopefully for the season. And he's just kicking back and enjoying the family.
What a legend. I'm
You
so
know,
jealous
I
of
would
his
think,
life.
I would hope. And Snoop Dogg's on the next season of, what is it?
The Voice?
The Voice, yeah.
Okay. Heck yeah.
And so he started that. And
How ironic he's on that show and he can't even sing. Right? He's just a rapper. Like,
I think they have rappers now. I think
Yeah.
there's that.
cool.
But I haven't watched it yet. So
Yeah.
I need to watch it. That category is what I was going to say. And let's see. Bill Murray, I shout out for Haas, is still touring with the Blood Brothers.
Nice.
He couldn't make it to Haas's wedding because he was on stage
On
in
tour.
Napa,
Yeah.
Napa Valley that night. So he was bummed. We were all bummed, but you know,
Yeah, definitely.
no surprise appearance by Bill. But you never know; he
You
could
know-
show up at
yeah.
another time. So we'll just keep inviting him till he shows up.
Definitely. It was worth a try.
Yeah,
It
it's
was worth a
definitely
try.
worth a try. So I think we're all good here.
Heck
And
yeah.
so, any confessions?
Any, definitely. I do have a confession. So, I, as some of you may know, love to indulge in the devil's lettuce, time to time. And I prefer to hit vapes personally. I love vapes. But I really don't know how like those things work at all. I just be sitting there hitting whatever vape I can, and it is what it is. But I've always wondered how, like, what goes into making these things. Are they just made in China or anything like that, or do these guys actually do a lot of R&D and figure it out? I have noticed different batteries do different things for me. So definitely something I've always wondered. And today's guest can actually help us out with that.
You're kidding.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked. We have
No way.
the man, the myth, the
Because I've
legend.
kind of wondered about the whole thing too. And is it the same as tobacco vaping? What,
Exactly. Yeah.
what is it? I don't know.
I don't know shit about it. I just be ripping it.
So you found somebody?
I found someone. He was golfing in 70-degree winds and hitting holes in ones. It was crazy.
Definitely not holes in one.
Yeah, we got the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Seth Gavin in the building today.
Yay!
What's happening, guys? Thanks
Welcome.
for having me.
What's up? How's it going, man?
Doing real well.
Heck
Doing
yeah.
real well. Like
Hell
you
yeah.
said, we were hitting some golf balls.
Yeah.
Sun was up today.
It was nice. It was real nice.
Ball was flying.
The ball, well, your ball was flying.
Balls were
Ball
flying.
was flying. Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah.
That's for dang sure, man. Well, thanks so much for coming on. We really appreciate it. And yeah, man. Well, let's start it off just like with the basics. How did you get into the weed industry, or what's your official title actually?
So I am a
Yeah.
senior sales executive for Finished Goods, which is a cannabis hardware and packaging supplier.
Okay.
So what I do is I sell to cannabis companies to put their product in a compliant and hopefully environmentally friendly, but usually just compliant.
But it's weed. It's just generally friendly.
Sure. Could be worse. But yeah, so I work with these cannabis companies to produce, like you said, vape products, as well as packaging solutions for edibles, flour, kind of all the different cannabis delivery systems. So it's kind of like Finished Goods is tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
We'll
Okay,
finish the goods.
So you know all different types, not just vape.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah. So I've been in the industry since 2020. Kind of a funny story getting into it.
Oh, yeah. I'd love to hear.
I did specialty foods around COVID. So I did corporate world for 10 plus years, smiling and dialing, attached to a computer screen 10 plus hours a day.
Yep.
But I always found myself walking around, talking on the phone, very,
Right.
animated with my hands and stuff.
Pretty
so.
eccentric. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you
so-
Italian by chance?
Say again?
Are you Italian by chance?
No.
Okay, just
No.
because,
Good roots in that area. Yeah, like southern Austria.
Yeah,
So
okay,
northern
okay,
Italy.
okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, kind of all the same a little bit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
So
definitely.
anyway.
yeah. I had left corporate America right before COVID, a couple months before COVID, and started working for my older brother doing food distribution because he's my older brother's an interesting guy as well. He's a philosophy and physics major.
Nice.
And took that and started a
Wow.
charcuterie business. So
Oh my goodness.
fancies himself a chef. He's got excellent taste.
That is, I love it.
Yeah, so meat distribution
That's
out
what I
of
tell you. There's
Landover, Maryland.
ordinary people doing extraordinary things
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, so right before COVID, was into specialty foods, was doing food distribution. So similar to the role, but much more outside sales, going into a supermarket or, trying to solicit a farmer's market for me to get a stand and things
Right.
like that. So shortly after I kind of started putting more effort into that, I got hooked up with Longmont Dairy out here in Colorado, which is farm to table milk as well as
Okay.
specialty foods. So very similar, product, but started selling for them, door-to-door sales, glass bottles delivered right to your door.
Nice.
Once a week, kind of exactly what you're thinking with milk sales.
Yeah.
But yeah, got really proficient at that and then started training their sales team. So I didn't have to necessarily generate on my own.
Right.
And I ended up selling the wife of a cannabis company. And she was impressed and kind of
Just that you would come to the door and sell this and just like
exactly, yeah,
personal-
able
Which,
to
hey,
explain
Stud
why.
Buds, did you hear that? Face to face still has some value.
100%.
Let's bring it
100%.
back. Come
mean-
on, we can do it.
I learned more about door-to-door or about people doing
Mm-hmm.
door-to-door sales than I could have 20 years on the phone or
Yeah.
sending emails or anything like that. It's just
Absolutely. Absolutely.
unbelievable life skill that I now
Right.
kind of consider I have in the bank.
That's awesome.
But,
That's so sick.
Yeah, so sold the wife of a cannabis company on this door-to-door milk delivery service.
How much did you sell her for? I'm just kidding.
Well, so I'll give you an idea. I think at the time, a gallon of milk through this private farm, close to $7. About $7.25 for a gallon of milk. Compared to $1.50, $2.
Yeah, you're
at the
looking
store.
at double,
Yeah.
At the time.
triple, yeah.
Triple, yeah.
For it to be we pay more to get less.
Well,
less
farm
crap.
to table.
Right, exactly.
You take
Less
out the middlemen, you
the
take out the shipping
probiotics.
company.
And
Yep.
you take out all the chemicals as well because it's considered
100%.
organic and yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So
Yeah.
anyway, so yeah.
No, but yeah, funny enough, she was a partner in in her husband's cannabis company. They were actively looking for a salesperson to be able to explain, why their product was 2-3 times as expensive as, other similar products on the market. And again, it all goes back to that story of cultivation, of preparation, of how things are made.
Yep.
And so very similar to how specialty foods are crafted, the cannabis industry, there are tons of parallels with flavors and
Well, there must be. I was
Their
going to say because they have
processes,
these
yeah.
elixirs now. Willie Nelson even just came out with a.
yeah. So Willie's Reserve is somebody
can't-
I've talked to before.
Yeah,
and
and I
worked
can't
with in the
wait to
industry.
try his new elixir type, edible, drinkable, whatever. So that does make sense, though. It would kind of go in line with the food industry because you want it to taste good.
Absolutely. Yeah. So it all cannabis has a lot of the same veins as wine, where they're terpenes that your body, that your taste buds, that your smell receptors are interacting with.
Yep.
And the kind of simple analogy is that, you could have a 5-star chef or a Michelin chef make you the best lemon cake that you've ever had in your life. And you would comment about how moist it is and how fluffy or sweet. But if you don't like lemons, that's never going to be your favorite cake, regardless of what you paid for it.
Yep.
Right, exactly.
How you experienced it.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I'm very well aware of. I don't know if you ever did the tour at Cedar.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
we used to always have customers come in right after the tour and just, I need limonene. Someone who doesn't know anything, what I'm saying? They just know their terpenes because
They know their terp.
they
right.
smelt the terpenes. They know what smells good is going to taste good.
The nose knows.
The nose knows.
Yeah. I mean,
Yep.
that's, again, in the retail cannabis side, that's how I always try to steer customers. It's like, smell stuff.
Yeah.
If it smells right, it's probably something that your body's going to enjoy.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
If it's a little bit off,
You're
it
probably
could
not
be
going
the
to
effect
enjoy it.
that you're looking
Right.
for, but the experience is going to vary.
Yep.
Right. Okay. Very cool.
Nice. Heck yeah. Well, okay. So you got hooked up basically after selling.
So they
Yeah.
poached you.
Yeah. So this
They
was
poached the milk. The cannabis
Yeah,
people
just
poached
after
the
COVID.
milkman.
right.
I mean, this could be a podcast all by
Yeah,
itself.
I'm sure her husband loved to find out that she was talking to the milkman.
Milkman.
Yeah.
How many jokes?
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Heard
I want
that
to
joke
hear.
many times.
I bet you did.
Yeah.
I want to hear how that went down at dinner night. Hey, honey,
in
the
2+
milkman
years,
stopped by today.
In the 2+ years that I did it, I got a little uncomfortable one time.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And then I realized that there were cameras in the house. I was like, hey, you know what? We can wrap this up on the porch. We don't have to be, going to any other rooms other than the
Exactly.
kitchen.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
For this sale.
You want to see my bedroom mini fridge?
Exactly. yeah.
We don't
Oh, I
need-
got this great setup downstairs. I'm sure you do.
I bet you do.
I'm sure you do. But my car's outside. It's front, like
you
it's
can
open.
stock that yourself. Thank
yeah.
you.
yeah. So only one. I was waiting for the husband to come home. Or,
Yeah.
something odd to happen. But yeah, I made a quick exit.
Oh,
and,
that's funny.
Later, skater. Heck,
So,
that's awesome.
what you made this change in 2021?
This would be towards the end of the summer of 21.
how did she some people don't like cannabis, some people don't agree with cannabis. How did she approach you?
I'd say
If you-
fishermen can usually spot another fisherman across the pond.
Yeah.
She's like, this fool is bliss.
I was gonna say, doing door-to-door sales isn't the easiest job. So everybody finds their way of getting through the day. But seriously, no, I use cannabis.
That big puff of smoke coming out of the cars. He's rolling up the drive.
Absolutely. Yeah, and
Nice.
I used vapes so that
Right.
didn't reek of cannabis
That's
as
right,
I'm
right.
talking to a mother of 3. But No, I loved it, honestly.
Very cool. Is it
Milk
like a
great.
family business then?
So it is a family business. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Longmont Dairy. It's still operational.
I actually meant the cannabis business.
Oh,
but
yeah. Yeah. So
both. You
yeah.
went from one family business to another.
Yeah, so went to another family business. So husband and wife that owned
So was the money better? Or
similar.
not really.
Yeah,
Similar.
similar.
Just real simple. Sales kind of the same.
It was more
Yeah.
for the love of trying to
Exactly.
do something
yeah.
you enjoyed. Yeah.
So it really just a kismet situation where I am an advocate for cannabis, heavy cannabis user. I consider it part of my, medication daily routine, consuming cannabis. So to have the opportunity to be able to professionally do it and make a living,
Yeah.
and pay
Nice.
rent was an opportunity that I wasn't going to pass up.
For sure.
So, whether it was sideways or vertical or
Right.
you know,
Oh,
slightly,
nice.
downward, it didn't really matter.
It didn't
Yeah.
matter. You were
Yeah.
still being able to, your passion also
100%.
with work. And
Heck yeah.
they say those are the best jobs in the world, right?
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
yeah, well, it's March. I didn't start smoking until I was like in my 50s.
Really?
Yeah, 51 or 52. But also I was done raising kids too and everything.
Sure.
And
And it just become like legal too, right?
it had become legal, and then I had this neck condition. So, I think the universe every day, I didn't end up so horribly addicted on opioids because I was going down that road easily.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then someone had mentioned to me, hey, why don't you try marijuana? And that was it. I was sold.
Amazing.
Yeah, no, I mean, unfortunately, that's a product of industrialism in the world, is that we lose a lot of these simple fixes and people make it more complicated to
Right.
sell, and that's the pharmaceutical business in a nutshell.
Ah.
You could get more
Anything
sleep
to get
or
away from- yeah.
exercise more, but
Quicker and
the easy way is to take a pill that, eases that
quick
that
fix
anxiety or
and
whatever
don't
it
don't
is.
work for
But let's
anything or
not
don't
talk
yeah.
about the side effects that you're going to need another.
Oh
pill
yeah, for that.
afterwards.
Exactly. And then, I think my father, I'm not going to get too deep into him, but he's a prime example of how cannabis can dramatically change somebody's life for the better.
Yeah.
At one point, I think his early 70s or mid 70s, he had 6 or 7 different prescriptions, for various things.
Yeah.
And then changed doctors, and this doctor's like, hey, 2 of these are important. I can, by looking at your charts and
Yeah.
reading,
We can
continue.
explain 2 of
Yeah, these other 4, let's talk about it a little bit. Like, hey, like, how much exercise are we getting? Have you thought about using cannabis, or have you, introduced cannabis for some of these things?
What a blessing that he found a doctor who was
100%.
open like that.
100%. Yeah, and that, funny enough, that was before I got into the cannabis industry professionally.
Nice.
But
So he had a really open light or look at cannabis.
yeah, very
before you
very
jumped
black and
in,
white for my family. 'Cause,
Yeah.
he was a lawyer, so it was just
Okay.
very black and white. It's against the law. It is what
Right.
it is.
Yeah, I'm not.
And then
I mean,
as soon as medical
yeah,
came online, it was like, okay, well,
let's try it.
you know,
Right.
let's talk about it.
It wasn't necessarily I'm law abiding at all times. It was more like it's illegal. I don't want to deal with the headache.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely.
Exactly. Just very black and
I
white.
mean, even
you
though
know,
I didn't agree with it being legal, I was just like, I don't want to deal with the headache,
Yeah,
So, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that is, I'm glad to hear. I love to hear stories like that.
absolutely. Yeah, and that's one of my big motivations in cannabis, is that it's not like alcohol where it's a strictly downside. There's only one way to consume.
Yeah.
In cannabis,
There's only a
there are,
one-way road with alcohol, too, in a way.
30 different reasons why somebody consumes
Exactly.
cannabis.
Yeah.
Whether it be for pain, I consider it a mood stabilizer for me. Like getting through the day and just dealing with people.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, like, as long as you can keep it together and things, you're gonna find your center, and that may not include heavy pharmaceutical.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
uses, so.
True that.
Exactly. Well,
And it's not for everyone.
No, it's definitely not for everybody.
but
Yeah.
the upside is I haven't heard of marijuana killing a lot of people.
100%.
We haven't had a marijuana epidemic that we need narco or whatever.
Yeah.
What is the stuff called? Or
Narcan.
Narcan.
Yeah.
Narcan.
Yeah.
that you need to revive somebody because
Right.
they're about to
Opioids.
lose their life.
Yeah.
How do you, since I just said that, how do you personally feel about the theory that marijuana is a gateway drug?
I see the argument. I acknowledge how that could be the most easily accessible, but I would say alcohol is a far worse gateway drug,
For sure.
than cannabis could ever be.
I agree.
So and that's not to shift blame or to say otherwise. I'm a true believer in, hey, wait till your brain develops.
That's it doesn't really matter what it is. I am a believer in you're too young,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and not because I'm responsible for you. Well, I am, but as a parent, but it's also you want to give that brain as much help and developmental time as it can, because we have enough stupid people walking around.
Which is, I think, every
Yeah, for
generation
So-
has something introduced to them.
Yeah.
You could say the lead of the 70s, and then I think our generation, Cody, Adderall.
For sure.
Yeah, as a high functioning, ADHD person, an adult, I take a very low dosage, as prescribed.
Yep.
As a kid, I was taking 5 times the dosage.
And
Yeah.
I
Adderall
was like, what is that doing to an 8-year-old?
Is
Like,
yeah, and Adderall
Seriously.
is an addictive drug. Is it a drug that, like, if you take it for a long time,
I
it
mean,
kind of builds up and you have to increase it for the same effect?
I think to an extent, yeah.
yeah, I
And
think
it's
you do build a
addictive,
tolerance.
or is it addictive? Or
I don't think it's addictive.
why does everybody want it?
I think it's pretty addictive.
For
When I had it
people-
when I was younger, I had a really hard time coming off of it.
Yeah. So for people that have ADHD or whatever you're being prescribed for
Okay.
that, it's the point is to stabilize the chemical imbalance that's happening in your brain. So like somebody like me, I can take 10 milligrams of Adderall and I kind of get back to neutral.
Okay.
Whereas a person that doesn't have that brain chemistry could take 10 milligrams of Adderall and be locked in,
Focus.
on one particular thing.
Yep.
Whereas I'm trying to block out 5,000 things that are happening.
Okay, so they're being used for two totally different things
Correct.
in the brain.
Correct.
I get it. I get it.
And depending your type of personality, it'll affect you completely. If you don't have ADHD and you take it, it's gonna be way different.
Yeah.
You know, like
You
you're
could
gonna be
you could be
wild.
grinding your teeth. and,
Yeah, like
hyper focused in on one thing. Whereas when I take it, I'm kind of back to normal, like interacting with everything.
Sounds like the people I've run across, not recently, but that were on cocaine. It almost sounds like that. Like,
Yeah, I
super
mean,
focused and just hyped up and just
I've seen people
Just-
use Adderall for partying.
Yeah.
and-
okay, yeah.
yeah. So it
Well, that's
can
the-
be
yeah,
similar. Yeah.
yeah.
Where you're awake and alert and all that good stuff.
Well, let's get back to the ganja.
Sure.
That's way better.
Much healthier.
much healthier.
Yeah.
Do you think that helps you with your medication? Do you think that keeps you off of other pharmaceutical medication?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Good, hands down.
Hands down.
I'm glad it works for you.
Yeah. Yeah. But again, it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's kind of finding your tolerance in a safe area, in a safe environment.
Just
and
like
kind
we
of
would
figuring out-
say about alcohol,
100%.
Yeah, definitely.
guys.
100%.
Definitely. Yeah.
Just like we'd say about alcohol.
Yeah. I mean, you can make that argument for any low. I'm not saying alcohol and weed are low grade, but like caffeine could be considered. Like
Low grade.
low grade. But yeah, so like I know.
So
for all-
what's your favorite? Oh, sorry.
No,
I
it's all
just
good.
cut you off.
Go
What were you
ahead.
going to say?
I was just
Felix?
gonna say for all the sud buds, like I know we're in Colorado, so I don't know if like you guys knew that, but we're in Colorado, so that's why you're able to probably have this job right now. But
Sure.
I mean, I know you on a much deeper level, and I know you're not just in Colorado. What's your territory look like for this position? Like,
Yeah. So that's another really
What
exciting
is your
thing about the
actual?
industry.
So what was your title again? I know you said.
So I'm a sales executive for a manufacturer.
Okay.
Yeah. So we sell
Cannabis sales executive.
Exactly. Professional cannabis
Yeah.
salesman.
I love it.
that's what we're gonna name the episode.
Sure.
Professional cannabis salesman.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Easy. Heck
Yeah. So Colorado was one of the first states to come online. So the market's about 13 years old, 14 years old out here.
Yeah, it's about how long.
But there are new states coming online every year. And that's really exciting for somebody like me who sells 2 cannabis brands because it allows me to go into a brand new territory or a brand new state coming online, offer some guidance or expertise, as well as putting my brand or putting my products into the market.
Nice.
I have a sideline question. You may want to edit this out, Mr. Editor, if
Okay.
you feel. But
Yeah, I'm on it.
and not to make it political at all, but our present administration have gone after a lot of areas. Have they shown any interest in the cannabis area?
Not so much, and I'll tell you why.
Please do. Please.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that now. I'm
Because
scared.
you know,
and I'll tell you why. Cat's out of the bag with cannabis.
okay.
Yeah, there's too much money at this point.
Okay. To reverse it, to take it away.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. There's way too much invested. There's too many companies that are, or too many verticals that are failing that can pivot to cannabis,
Okay.
particularly agriculture.
Right.
Yeah. So South Carolina, some of these southern states, you're going to see coming online in the next 2 years under the Trump administration.
Okay.
And it's going to be a very odd way of doing it, where it's a states' rights, quote unquote, air quotes thing.
Yeah.
You know, where they don't have to take federal assistance as much. If you're familiar with the way these states work, a lot of the southern kind of conservative states are federal takers. They don't contribute to the national or domestic GDP, whatever it is. Like California is a net positive.
Yeah. I don't know why that just.
The term is slipping.
Well,
but-
their taxes are usually lower and stuff, so they're not like paying as much into,
Right.
Like their property
I think it
taxes
might
are
be the
lower, so they're
cannabis
not-
effect. I can't
so
remember.
the thought is that you divert the taxes from cannabis, that a product that people want and will pay a surplus tax for, and you take that money and supplement it for what you would be receiving from the federal government. So it's a way
Okay,
of,
nicely
paying,
explained. Thank you.
paying for
Okay.
student lunches. Is something that I've heard thrown out there.
Nice.
But they let them.
Well, it's up to the state, right?
It's up to the state.
Because then that's
Right.
And
what
then
happened
that's
out
great.
here.
Yeah.
Right. And then at the federal level, it allows corporations to then invest in cannabis.
Okay.
So the big cry is legalization, not reschedulization. So right now, cannabis is a Schedule I drug. There's no medical use for it, is the federal government's opinion.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. So what the Trump administration and
Yet they'll support the
reschedulization.
and they'll support the medical marijuana, which is just
so when you make
and
it
then
a
they get the
Schedule
right.
3 drug,
Yeah.
you allow corporations to then invest, pharmaceutical companies to come in, all this big
Does
money.
it have to be federal to become 3?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So again, that reschedulization.
Wow, Sud Buds, are you following this? We're really learning a lot from
Yeah, no,
our
we're getting
cannabis
into it.
friend.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
I wasn't ready for this road, but I like it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So, to answer your question in the roundabout way, the cat's out of the
Oh,
bag.
okay.
There's too much money out there.
Okay.
Nice.
Colorado, what they built out in Aurora, the
Okay.
new YMCA.
Yep. Yep.
$78 million project. Not 1 cent came from taxpayers.
Nice.
100% funded, constructed, ran by the cannabis industry.
Well, thank you. Nicely
sick.
explained, NTRG.
sick.
Look at what we're learning in the laundry room today.
That's awesome.
But hey, I have one
could all take
more
a rip for that.
federal
Yeah, no doubt.
versus state question from you. But real quick, we're going to take a break from our sponsors. Okay?
Nice, smart.
Yeah.
Good job.
So
That was
there you
sick.
go, Mr. Editor.
I'm amped. That was
You
good.
told me to work on that.
Editor book, love it.
That was sick.
Okay.
Okay, we're back.
So we're back. Yeah.
Unless, do you have to use the bathroom?
Okay.
right
No,
now?
no, I'm good.
You're good? Okay, cool. Awesome.
Okay, yeah, you should usually ask the guest if they need to use the bathroom before you hit the record button, sir.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm just, just etiquette.
I'm trying. I'm really trying.
Hey, we're
It's
trying to
fine.
be a little professional here. Okay. So I told you I had one more federal versus state question for the cannabis industry. Not do people fly with cannabis, with pens, with vapes, with edibles, with joints?
Do they or are they allowed?
Yeah,
Well,
that's-
I know what
that's the loaded question.
Okay, I know what I think I know what the rule is, but I want to know. Do you know what the actual law is?
Yes.
I thought the actual law was no.
It is a no. It is a hard no.
Okay.
Yeah. Do I? No comment.
But see, I thought those dogs. But then I thought that's what those dogs were for, and it wasn't until recently. It wasn't until recently it was explained to me. Those are for bombs.
Those are bomb dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
You have to like almost.
there's one time I downed like 3 or 4 little gummy edibles because the dogs were coming at me, and I just wanted to put everything in the trash. And I slept very well.
So do you remember the movie Blow?
Yeah.
Johnny Depp?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God,
So-
Johnny Depp, right?
So
Yeah.
there's a scene in there where he's smuggling drugs for the first time.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
And he says, I imagine myself on an island waiting for a pina colada while I'm sitting on the beach.
Yeah.
And no truer words have ever been spoken when going through TSA
Yeah.
or waiting for a bag.
Ain't that the truth?
Is just, you are inconveniencing me on my lovely day.
Yeah.
You know, I'm waiting for my drink. You know,
Okay.
and I think with that mindset, it's almost more of an ignorance because it's like, oh, oops. Like, I forgot
How
to
did
take
that get in there?
Oh, man, shoot. Yeah,
Yeah.
toss that in the trash for me. We don't need to call
And it's not
anybody.
enough to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell
So
yeah.
TSA finds it. And just don't light your joints up on the airplane either. It's still no
don't-
smoking zone,
I-
guys.
Absolutely not. Flushing the toilet does not work
Yeah,
in an airplane.
Don't do
Yeah.
it. Don't
Doesn't
do it.
work.
Don't
No
do
way.
it.
Think about it.
That's when you want to try edibles and, share with your neighbor
yeah,
if you want.
if you
but
really need to do
okay.
something. But
Well, thank you for those state and federal lessons that we just learned here today.
That was amazing.
So, but at the end of all of that, we do not.
can't endorse it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
can't
don't
endorse it.
endorse
Just
it,
don't do it.
no.
It's not worth it,
Most states are
not.
legal now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just,
most states are
wait till you
legal.
get there.
And then guess what?
Seriously. Go to the dispensary.
If there's a place that is
something.
where
Try something
ganja isn't legal, then do what Smarge does. Don't go there.
There you go.
Go
As simple
somewhere
as
else.
that.
Touche.
Fly into a different state.
Yeah.
Facts.
Got
Isn't-
great rates on rental
I
cars.
mean, my poor
Right?
daughter wants me to buy a house next to her, but I'm like, I can't. And it's county also. And I'm like, I can't move to a county that doesn't support marijuana,
Yeah.
which I didn't realize it was a county thing as well.
Wait, where's this?
Only for selling.
Yeah, only for some.
No, I mean, if you
where
want
you can go
Douglas
and
County,
purchase
if
it.
you wanted to purchase ganja in Douglas County, you cannot.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, darn
Yeah.
it.
No,
Cherry Creek's the same.
yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay.
People used to ask, or at least when I was inside dispensaries, a lot more. What are the rules? What are the things? And it's very much kind of use common sense.
Yep.
Don't blow it in little kids' faces, and
Oh, yeah.
stand
Yeah.
at a trailhead and try and finish a joint. Like
Yeah.
that's not cool.
That's not
Like,
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do
Yeah,
it,
be considerate. Well,
Exactly.
pretend it's a
Use
cancer
your
stick.
brain. Use your
Pretend
brain.
it's a cancer stick. Pretend it is a cigarette. You want to exclude yourself and go do something, And
Yeah. Self-awareness.
Yes. Yeah. And also just being humane to other humans
100%.
is, what we're all going for.
Yeah.
So, and then, okay, so what was my other? Oh, I do have a couple of questions. So, do you know why, like, when ganja was first legalized, you could only have cash. You couldn't have a credit card.
Mm-hmm.
So, everyone had like a cash machine or whatever.
Yep.
And
So it's
then
still
now,
that way. Yep.
oh, it is still that way?
Still that way. Yep.
you can't use
Yep.
credit card in most places. Some places will allow the credit card.
Or what about a debit card?
So debit card, yes.
Well, you couldn't use anything but cash.
So technically, a debit card is still a cash transaction.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So those readers that I'm assuming you're talking about, you're putting in your PIN code to essentially do an ATM
Oh, okay.
withdrawal.
So there you go. Sudbud Smart just,
Yeah, so that's
what's taught the difference
so
between it.
that's a big
Credit
thing with,
card and a-
with when or the way it is right now with cannabis being Scheduled 1. Every cannabis company, even if they operate in multiple states under the quote unquote same name,
Mm-hmm.
that business is siloed inside of that state.
Yep.
So they
Okay.
could never be able to transfer, marketing money
Oh,
or
okay.
something from one state to another inside of their own business.
Yep.
Even though it's the same owners, it's the same accountant,
But different
you know,
banks.
different banks.
If you
Yeah,
did
'cause
Sudbuds, you
it's-
better launder that money well. Ha ha ha.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. You want to launder that well.
Not endorsed. or
Yeah,
anything.
glass is
Not
a great
endorsed.
investment. Just,
yes.
Don't go across state lines.
Yeah, that's fair.
And
Art,
then my
look
other
into art.
question that I have noticed changed was when you used to buy it, to leave the dispensary, you were leaving with a paper bag that with the receipt on it that has been stapled shut. And now I don't know, you can just leave without a bag and put the joints in your pocket.
Yep.
What's up with that?
So I think previously there was more of a, hey, we want to make sure that you get from A to B. You know, that's
I can definitely touch on that.
yeah. I was
I
gonna say, Cody,
definitely
you
know
might,
a
yeah,
little
you
bit
might
more
have,
about
have
that.
more insight on that.
So
Okay. See, Louis, do enlighten.
when
please,
it's all about the child safe protection on the package.
Yeah,
so
but they couldn't sell anything that wasn't in a child-proof thing anyway.
so at the very
So
beginning,
Staples are gonna
no, at the very beginning, they were saying that you had to leave with everything in a childproof bag. So that's why they would do those bags, and then
That was apparently before Smarge's time. I would have never
that
started
was-
smoking pot. I would have never rememred the
Yeah, that's
bag.
probably
I couldn't have found the bag.
2017, 20
even earlier, like
maybe even
during
earlier.
med times, like
Yeah.
2005 to 2012,
Oh.
2013. So you had like a lot of places would make you
Dear
reuse your
Lord.
bag with a clip on it. And if you didn't, you'd have to pay an extra like $3 for a bag.
Be me. Okay.
And then they realized that the bag wasn't like everything is childproof, like you just said already.
Yeah,
We don't need a
already, yeah.
childproof bag. So they got rid of the whole needing a childproof bag, but it was still in place that you needed a bag.
Right. So they've actually, I'm remembering now.
Yes.
They moved a lot of that responsibility onto the brand level. So it's on each individual brand, even if they're selling one joint, you know, in a pop top tube, that pop top tube has to then be childproof.
Okay.
So it's on the brands now as opposed to the stores. You know, everything that's on their shelf is already child resistant. So they don't need to have that second layer.
Okay.
And that's always going to be changing because the industry's changing.
Yeah,
Just
it
like-
is still like the Wild Wild West. It's still pretty young. Yeah.
And a lot of places will give you right now, especially they'll give you these little brochures letting you know if you buy a concentrate like one of these, they'll give you a little brochure letting you know what 1,000 milligrams is equal to a gram. But just so you know, each hit is actually stronger than a normal hit. You know, like just informing you because they've probably had a lot of people
Right. Yeah.
freak out.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah. So
moving
sorry, I
on
didn't mean to take
no,
that
but
or
No, no,
anything, but
perfect.
I do know
Yeah.
that.
moving on to like what you sell. What's your favorite? I mean, do you like the vape? What do you like?
Injection.
Yeah, I probably use the vape most frequently.
IV ganja.
Yeah. I'm not huge on edibles. There's a
Okay.
couple brands
Mm-hmm.
that I like and delivery systems for it. But edibles are a little tricky just because there are a lot of more factors that come into play.
Yeah.
You know, in your digestive system, what you've eaten that day, what your
Your metabolism. Yep.
I have
Yep.
learned.
metabolism.
I learned over the years my biggest problem with edible cannabis is I was always trying gummies, and the problem was like the gelatin in the gummies.
Sure. The peptin.
It just I don't know why I thought I could have that when it doesn't agree with me anyway.
Sure. Yeah.
You know what I
100%.
mean? And that was the problem.
Yep.
So I'm glad they come up with others.
Yeah.
So
no, chocolate.
But I hear you. Like it's hard. Edibles are harder.
Yeah. That's a very common mistake for people looking to get their foot or try cannabis.
Yeah.
Is they think that the edible is the easiest way in, and that's probably 2 or 3 steps down the line. You know, in
Right.
terms of learning what your tolerance is and learning what you like. You know,
So
any
in
any
your-
new user, I would say start with a tiny bowl of flour that smells right.
Yeah.
Right,
You know,
right, right.
Take 1 or 2 hits and wait.
start
10
from
minutes,
there.
See what happens. you know.
Right, right. And then go
Genius.
from there and then
Genius. Yeah.
and then enjoy.
And then enjoy. Yeah,
Enjoy
then maybe just, try a joint or share. a
Right,
joint
right. And then
of something
yeah.
similar, and then
Safe
if you're
place.
Curious,
Yeah.
Yeah.
edibles and all the other fun stuff.
Yeah.
Concentrate.
Your tolerance gets up.
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
So in your opinion, if you weren't going to do edibles, what would you say is the least healthiest way to smoke
Ooh, that's a good one.
ganja? You know, because you have the pipe, you have the bong. I have this, I can't remember what you call it. You plug it in, you use the actual flower.
Mhm.
And then it's like for medical grade ganja, like way back
Like
in
a
the day.
volcano.
I have to show it to you. This is just, it's crazy. All my daughters for one Christmas, like all chipped in and got it for me
Cool.
because they figured at that point
Was it a big bag that filled up?
it's not a bag. It's like a machine. You turn it on.
Is there a tube?
And it has a tube, but you're burning flour.
Yeah.
And it goes through the tube and through this glass filter thingy.
Yep.
And then you take the hit.
Yeah. So that was the early vape.
Is that
device.
early vape? Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Have one.
Because it's the flour, and it's supposed to be a little easier, but I don't.
So you're doing it in real time. So you're putting that flour into that device, and it's essentially creating a vape. Something
Right.
that you could buy now in the store in a cartridge or a.
Is that still a healthier way? Because you don't have the oils and stuff.
It's less combustion. I mean, you're still putting a foreign substance into your lungs.
Well, yeah.
And
There's just no two ways about
Right.
it.
And you could have the oils if you put the oils in there instead of the flour. So you could take like a dab out of the vaporizer.
Oh, I wouldn't even know how to
basically,
do that.
Yeah,
right?
and that's something that's reassuring about the legal cannabis market as well. Like, there's no other industry, and I'm including my time in food, that is more regulated,
Yeah.
more tested,
Yep.
more eyeballs on the different mechanisms, before it gets to a consumer. So it's, if you're buying something over the counter at a store, you can feel very comfortable, about that quality and what you're putting in there. Yeah.
Nice.
Did you ever have like a ganja dealer before it was legal?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you ever miss do you miss those days? Like, and then you sit down and have a bowl or a joint with this
again,
person and
that's-
just sit and chat and talk. And
One day we'll do Life and Travels of Seth, but originally I grew up in Montgomery County, which is a suburb of Baltimore.
Okay.
So I had a lot of friends that were in West Virginia, and I had
There's no ganja there, right?
I had a quote unquote uncle that was, had one of those families where they had been making moonshine and kind of living out in the holler in their own woods.
Yeah.
But, through that, we had a connection. So
Real West Virginia.
yeah. So there were a couple years where, I was facilitating, kind of putting people together. I'm not going to take any.
Oh, you were like Shia LaBeouf in that moonshine movie. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It was funny, like even after I decided to start smoking and it was legal, you didn't need a medical marijuana license anymore, and there were more shops, and it became, my daughters were always like, why are you still dealing with blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, it took me 2 years.
Sure.
and a daughter to break up with him. But I'm like, just because it became legal doesn't mean I can't buy his stuff. I'm sure his stuff ends up here, there. I don't know where he could have gone down to the dispensary
I did.
and got it and then brought it to me. And then, but it took me 2 years to for that breakup. But I just wondered how other people felt.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's it's obviously much safer now. The majority, if not all, my cannabis products come from a licensed manufacturing facility. But I did have a very funny experience a year or two ago when I was back in Maryland, because I went to recreational cannabis store.
Okay.
Purchased some cannabis that smelled right,
Yeah.
and I had the weirdest flashback, to that product that I was getting.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I was
that's
dealing
funny.
with those people, but because it's the same region, it's the similar soil,
Yeah.
similar
Right.
minerals.
Okay. Yep.
It smelled right, and then I had that moment. We touched on the lemon cake. Where food and taste and smell can take you, to a place or take you somewhere. And I had that experience with cannabis, which was really the first time that had ever happened.
You're
which
like,
is
I've
very
smoked
wild.
this weed out
I've
here.
smoked this weed before. Like, this is crazy.
That's sick.
My Uncle Tommy,
That's funny. This must be Uncle Tommy's strain.
Yeah, no, I mean, Uncle Tommy's, his
Yeah.
brother Bobby or
Yeah.
whatever it was. Like, this was his field. Like,
Yeah. Or
I love it.
they had the
I
mother
love
strain
it.
or something. That's how a
yeah,
lot
no,
of the-
100%.
They
Like,
what?
Very possible.
They had the mother strain. Like,
Yeah,
they-
yeah,
where all
exactly.
that-
That's
yeah,
where
where those
it
seeds came from.
originated from.
all these strains that are in your dispensaries right now came from someone's.
Exactly. No, generations
Yeah.
of plants.
Yeah,
you know.
some dude in Afghanistan was growing it at one point.
100%.
It came out here. It's crazy. Sorry.
So do you foresee this like staying in this industry? Are you enjoying it? You liking it?
I love it. I
Nice.
don't know if there's any going back for me.
Good.
And it seems like every couple years there's, again, something new that
Yeah.
happens, or
Another reason to stay.
another reason to learn more, or
yeah.
more education comes out that either, pivots the way that we operate or opens it up to new people, whether that's a new market or a new way of consuming or,
Right.
so
So I assume you probably go to like conventions and stuff. What are those like?
more professional than you'd expect,
But
we
is there
can't-
anywhere
we
you can
can't
go
go,
try out the product? Or is there-
100%.
well, like, and it's known and it's okay?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I was wondering. Like, is it?
Yeah.
like-
Again,
I'm like that.
using
I want to
common
go to a
sense,
Vegas ganja convention.
Yeah, so MJ Biz, which is coming up in December.
Okay, hold on. Let's write that down.
okay.
Fine.
Okay.
MJ
let's see.
Biz. We're gonna
MJ
get
Biz.
it.
You're in charge.
Yep.
I'm right now.
Out in
I'm
Las
looking
Vegas.
up tickets right now.
It is. I want to say it's the biggest, global. There's a couple conventions.
Okay.
There's a new one in Berlin that's been big the last couple of years.
Berlin.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's
That's what I'm saying. New countries are coming online, which is fascinating with their own laws,
got
and
tickets.
their own ways of doing things. So it's really not just U.S. Like there's an agricultural side to this as
Well,
well.
Congratulations for finding your dream job.
Thank you. Very lucky.
Yeah.
I
Very lucky.
mean, oh my goodness.
Seriously.
Very
Matthew
lucky.
McConaughey would call that definitely a green light.
100%.
And you ride that green light.
Yep.
That is awesome. Well, we were talking earlier, in season 4, we're talking to our guests about like what's next on that laundry list.
Yeah.
So, Seth, what's next for you? You're going to stay in the ganja business,
Gonna
which
stay in the ganja business. Yep.
congratulations again.
Thank you. Next step is starting a family.
Nice.
so
so
I-
fatherhood.
Fatherhood. Next step.
Okay. Okay. And
Wow.
first off, I want to say I know it's super late and I was there and I've already told you a million times, but congratulations because you did just get married not too long ago.
Yes.
Oh,
summer.
okay.
And
Well,
See Lou and his wonderful wife. are in
okay.
attendance.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Well,
So,
congratulations,
that's a beautiful-
newlyweds.
yeah, beautiful wedding. It was the only wedding I've ever seen snow in the summer,
Yep.
which is pretty crazy.
Up in Lyons.
Oh, wow.
Summer snow. So
Yeah.
the
Oh, how cool.
trees were.
Cotton
Oh,
trees.
Now
cotton
you
trees.
you ordered that. Huh? I bet that was
I-
pricey, huh?
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Had to pay extra.
Yeah, these weddings these days, they
Yeah.
can do anything.
It was crazy.
Oh,
but-
congratulations,
so
newlywed.
now happily married and trying to start the family, which is
Yeah.
super rad. Now I do want to backtrack just a tiny bit. I know we were about to talk about starting your family, but you were saying you were from Montgomery County, which is in Maryland, and you did touch you were from Maryland.
Yep.
What brought you out to Colorado?
Yeah. So honestly, the passion for snowboarding and then the altitude, funny enough.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had an uncle that was a pilot for Continental Airlines.
Mm.
Got bought out by United, but had a house in Silverthorne.
Okay.
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 Yeah. So Colorado was our spring break, winter break, vacation, family.
So you were well acquainted with it out here.
100%.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I'd been going since we were little. Like, I have fond memories of running up and down the jetway pre 9/11 and like looking in planes.
Yeah.
And going,
Oh,
we
wow.
it's a pretty empty flight. I think we're going to get on
I think
this
we're gonna.
one."
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
neat.
that's
That's
cool.
neat.
Yeah. As a little kid, pre 9/11.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. That's
But yeah, because we would get all these standby tickets
Right,
through my
okay.
uncle, and that's how we would get out to Colorado.
So you thought I want to live there someday.
Yeah,
Well,
but
there-
I always kind of felt better, especially as I got older. More clarity. Again, dealing with ADHD and a lot of learning disabilities.
So it's a place where you feel well.
I feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of
100%.
people are different with altitude. They don't feel so great, unfortunately.
Well, I jokingly tell people it's better for me to have less oxygen.
I
in my
guess.
brain.
Yeah, I
Like,
guess.
it's like,
Congratulations.
feel better.
Let's go- yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
What was your deciding factor to just be like, all right, I'm leaving Maryland, I'm coming out here?
I was again working a software job.
Uh-huh.
Pretty unhappy. I was actually bartending at the time as well, so I was working 6 days a week, really just in this stagnant routine. And then it was about a year or so out from turning 30,
Okay.
and so I was like, I'm 30 years old. I bartend at a dive right down the street from my high school. What am I doing?
I need to change.
If I don't do something before I turn 30. I'm going to be stuck here.
Good for you for recognizing that,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it was more of a desperation move. Like, all right, we got to do something.
So we have, something.
Where-
Something's going to be
where do
better
you
than
think
nothing.
We'll be happy. Colorado. All right. What do we need to do that? And yeah, friend of a friend was on their couch for a summer up in outside of Boulder,
Mm-hmm.
building decks, swinging a hammer.
Nice.
But safe place for me and the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is your wife from Colorado?
No, so my wife's from Northern Virginia.
Did you meet her? Did you guys come out together, or did you meet her?
No,
out here?
so we moved out independently of each other.
But from the same
but
area.
From roughly the same area.
You know, I've known so many people that have moved here from that area and from the Boston area,
Mm-hmm.
you know, Massachusetts, that whole area. It's crazy. And they all say the same thing for snowboarding.
100%, or for the outdoors.
Yeah,
for
outdoors
camping.
and all of that. Yeah.
The river has been unbelievable, but
Yeah.
also golf and, all the things that you want to do and get outside and go
Right,
do.
right.
But 300 Days of Sunshine is great too.
Right, exactly.
People don't talk about that enough.
We do get so much sunshine.
Yeah,
we
we're-
don't
Right.
realize it. If you're from here, you don't realize
We're
it.
trying to keep that quiet.
I know.
Yeah. We get more sun than Florida, so it's
Yeah,
like
exactly.
it's
But my wife and I actually worked together for 3 years back in Maryland.
okay.
In the software industry.
Did
No
you know that?
way.
Did you know that?
You
No.
knew each other?
We worked on the same team at the same company for 2.5 years.
But you knew that, so then you looked each other up when you came. Or were you still working?
Kind of. So in
That's so
2018.
cool. I just like to hear.
yeah.
Yeah. Come on, describe your meet cute.
So 2018, I was up in Gun Barrel outside of Boulder.
Yeah.
Kim was down here in Denver by DU.
Nice.
Okay.
Do you?
The Washington Capitals, Washington Capitals hockey team.
Yeah.
We were both huge hockey fans and Capitals fans. So we had actually gone to games together when we worked
To
together.
the DU games? And-
No. It's
then-
back in Maryland.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay,
so
okay.
we'd go to DC to watch Capitals games. and
Got
that's
you.
when we worked
Okay.
together.
Like on dates or just like in
Just
groups?
friends, just
group?
friends.
Just the two of you
Just,
though.
no, like as a group or
Okay.
whatever it was.
Okay.
Co-workers.
That makes a difference.
Yeah, co-workers.
Yeah, okay.
Co-workers.
Okay.
But probably like noticing each other, giving each other a little winky wink or a little second look.
You got a great butt.
Second look. See, I knew it.
Yeah,
I
no,
could tell
you
by
don't-
the way his face just lit up.
Yeah, you
I'm
don't
like,
miss-
yeah,
you don't miss
winky
that.
wink. Yeah, I ain't missing on that.
You don't miss that.
No. But yeah, from 2015 to 2018, we worked together. Just friends.
Huh?
And then 2018, we were both living in Colorado, and Washington Capitals made their Stanley Cup run, and so we watched a lot of those games together. And
And then the pandemic hit.
and then the pandemic, yeah,
And then you guys were locked down together.
something like that.
Okay. Yeah. I love it. I love all these pandemic. That's how I got my first grandchild.
Okay,
Finally.
pandemic baby.
I know the world shutdown wasn't about me, but it felt like it for a minute.
Yeah.
Because I'd been waiting a while.
That's amazing. That is awesome. Yeah, we need to have Kim on to have her tell her side of this.
Yeah.
Oh, I would
Curious-
love to have it.
curious
Yeah.
how she-
We want to hear. So you seem very pleasant with your first, you're going into your second year of marriage,
Mm-hmm.
and you seem very happy with your choice.
Yes.
Not
Best
just,
decision I ever
not
made.
just the person, but also married life.
Yep. Super easy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Location services.
So I
just
can't
turn
wait
them
to
on.
interview her and see what she has to say.
Yeah, definitely. I cannot wait.
Yeah, just location services. Like
Just-
that's
yeah.
my tip.
Yeah. Did you have a certain sales line you used for women you wanted to meet before?
Well, I was a bartender too.
So you probably heard.
I've been charming for a long time.
What was okay? Being a bartender. So being a bartender, what was the worst pickup line you ever heard?
Worst pickup line.
And it could be from a woman to a man to a woman to a woman. Man, I mean, I don't care, man to
I
man.
don't know all the cheesy ones. You know what made my skin crawl was when people would try to do the negging. Like you know what negging is?
Teach Smarge.
Okay, so
I love it when I
it's
get to use it
you,
and learn a new word.
Playfully insult a woman, to incite a reaction.
Oh, like
Like a backhanded compliment or like, hey, I'm trying to think of
yeah.
an example here, but you're saying something negative to get a reaction, like playfully.
Hey, you ugly fuck.
See, that would be.
Probably
I don't.
not.
Yeah, that's the worst one I've heard.
Yeah. There you go. There's the worst pickup line Seth has heard. You heard it here today, said Buzz.
Yeah. No, you walk
worst
up to
pickup
somebody
line
walk up to two.
ever.
Yeah, you walk up to a
So-
group of girls and say, well, one of you could be a model. and then you don't say anything.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Kind of demeaning in a way to get attention on the situation, so you can say, "But you're the
problem
one."
is it's effective, and but it's also
the
gross.
negativity
That's
is
super gross.
effective in
Right.
females more than males.
Correct. Yeah.
So you saw that actually stop in females, not just the person being hit on, but females versus
That's
males.
crazy.
Yeah,
There's almost like no confidence behind it because you're like, well, if they don't like it, at least I fucking didn't give them a compliment. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
like page 1 of the pickup artist stuff. Make yourself.
We should burn that book.
It's just
Hey,
like
if you ever
cringy,
find that
cringy
page,
stuff.
Seth, burn it. I think we should burn the book.
100%.
I think we should.
Yeah.
If we ever find it.
Yeah, it's
That
gross.
first, yeah.
That was a good
first page of
question.
the- yeah.
That was a good question.
But I
for
do.
sure.
Yeah, no,
wonder,
I would say the
that's-
negging.
So,
The negging
stud
is
buds, if you are of female gender, buck up.
Don't fall for it.
Don't fall for it and buck
Don't
up.
fall for it.
Yeah.
Slap 'em.
You are better. Throw them in the washer. No, don't throw them in the washer.
Yeah, just laugh in their face.
Yeah.
Your hat looks
Yeah.
stupid.
You look.
You know what? Leave them with a nice red wine stain.
Yeah, call him buddy.
Top hat and monocle are dumb.
Yeah. You heard it here first. That's the best comeback ever.
Yeah.
But did
that-
you have a
yeah.
pickup line?
No,
No, just get to know someone.
I just bat my eyelashes.
So does the missus know that fatherhood is next on your laundry list?
Yes.
Oh, good,
Yes,
good.
she's
Because
on
that's going to
board.
work out better for you. Oh, she's even on board.
She's on board. Yeah.
So this is something that could be in the making as we speak.
Hopefully next couple weeks here. Yeah.
Wow. Well, we're giving you all the good juju we can give
Yeah,
you.
definitely.
It's different. It is
So-
different.
Yeah.
So what's it
it's
like?
always going to be different.
It's like sex with a purpose.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is why we were made to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little more mechanical,
Uh-huh.
And then
Still
what's the
fun.
waiting like?
Bull class.
The waiting,
Like waiting to see. Like,
Um,
did it work this month
yeah.
or did it not?
stressful. Yeah.
So you find stress in it?
As time progresses.
Okay.
Yeah.
And apparently
sure.
that is the worst thing I'm sure you've been told, both of you.
I haven't been told that.
Don't stress about it.
Right.
Don't stress in the first year.
Okay.
That's what I was always told. Now I am older.
This is the first I'm hearing this, so I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe. Hey guys, disclaimer here.
Yeah,
I am not a
stress.
doctor. But in the 90s when I was having babies, he's like, if you're like, what?
I said tons of them. You
Yeah.
said when I was having babies.
I know. Well,
All
I have a joke. Like the 90s, I gave birth in the 90s to my first baby, and I stopped breastfeeding my last baby in 1999. So that's a decade of babies.
Whoa. That's smooth.
Congratulations.
And that's probably what kept me so sober.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
And that probably explains all the ganja in my 50s.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
that's another kind of neat thing is my wife is very much opposite
Uh-huh.
of me. Like she does not consume,
Yeah. It's just
glass
not
and a
her
half
thing.
of wine is
Yeah.
more than enough.
But she's also, I'm sorry to tell everyone about your wife, but she's also like 1,000 times more mellow than you
Than me.
are.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Like 1,000 times more
100%.
mellow.
Like the
than you are.
ganja might put her in a coma.
She does not.
I thought you were going to say smarter, and I was going to agree to
You're
that.
going to
too.
get that
Yeah.
too. Anything,
Yes.
anything.
But she's very mellow compared to you.
So,
Like,
yeah.
Yes.
But anyway, in the 90s, what I was told was, and I don't remember why the doctor told me this, because he's like, you certainly don't need this advice. He said, but a lot of people, like, they get worked up, and then, like, if it doesn't happen the first couple months, and then he said, there's something to it. I can't prove it, but don't get all worked. Like, give yourself a year.
Yeah, definitely.
And he had his reasons. I don't care, but he's like, I don't know why I'm telling you this because you don't need this info. But he was like, it has to do with like hormone levels, matching hormone levels, especially if you've been on any hormonal birth control or anything like that. You know, you really need to give your body some time to level. And they're like, so his advice was, don't even question unless you've been trying for a year.
Cool.
yeah,
But that was in the 90s. So.
Well, no, I appreciate that. I'm definitely gonna relay
And
that.
sorry if there
That's
and
my
there may
biggest-
be a reason out there
Yeah.
to not wait that long. I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's only been a couple months, but at the same time, as time progresses,
The waiting.
it feels more stressful.
and like you said, everything feels like a purpose. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Yeah.
it's like, dude, I'm not doing. You guys are both very career-driven individuals, so it's like when I'm not hitting my goals. You know what I'm saying? Like I have
and,
this
and
goal
my wife
set up.
especially, like she sets goals, has achieved most of them.
She's really the one that can't get stressed out, apparently.
No, and I know, and that's what I try to remind her. Because again, like I just, go outside.
If she gets stressed
smoke
out,
some
have her
ganja.
call call old Smarge. I'll try and mellow her out. Does she meditate? Meditation is just the best.
I'll pass it along. Yeah.
Even if it's only like 7 minutes or 5 minutes a day.
Yeah.
It's something that just kind of calms you for. You have that 5 minutes, just kind of calm and shut down and shut off of everything.
Definitely.
So how do you? Oh, sorry.
No, you go ahead.
How do you envision fatherhood? Like, well, first, are you hoping for a
Hands-on.
boy or a girl?
I want twin girls.
So you're very picky.
All in one.
Again, I set high goals too.
Yeah. So you went twin girls.
Twin girls.
That's so funny. My surgeon has twin girls, and I think they just completed their first year of university.
Perfect.
And he's always seemed so happy with. I mean, I didn't meet him till later on, but anything he ever said about them was so positive and wonderful.
Yeah.
And
Awesome.
That's amazing.
Awesome.
You really want twin girls?
Oh, yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Do you have twins in your family?
No. and I thought Kim did for like a long time, because she has.
And then I found out that she didn't. So that question whether I
So-
wanted to get married or
so
not. But then I thought I already was in love with her.
I don't know why, but I swore she had two cousins that were twins. But they were like
So
years apart.
She
years
checked
apart.
every
not
box.
Close, not even close siblings. Like years apart.
Was there alcohol or ganja involved when you first met them? Did you meet them at the same time?
Yes.
Oh, that's even worse. So they
Yeah, and I was like, you guys are twins.
You're definitely twins.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like 4 years apart. It made no sense. Still
Well, I
doesn't.
bet the older one wanted to
hilarious.
smack you. Or
Yeah.
no, the younger one probably wanted to smack you.
So then one of her bridesmaids is an identical twin.
Okay.
And I forgot that they weren't related. And then again, one of her best friends married a twin, an identical twin. I don't know why.
They're not related.
That got into the mix
So you just had it in
of
your...
my brain.
So at what point did
I
you
was like, oh,
find...
she's friends with all these twins.
That's
got it in
so
the family. Yeah.
So at what point did you realize before or after the marriage that she was not... There was no twin in her...
Like a week and a half ago.
I was wondering if this...
No, this is very recent that we got to the bottom of that as I keep repeating it.
She's like, why
like,
the
what do you
hell
mean
do you
twins?
keep asking
Where
for
are
twins?
twins coming
What
from?
the hell? And you're like, well, Bob
have them
and
in your
Betsy.
family. What are you
and,
talking about?
Yeah, Bobby Joe and Cindy Lou. And you're like, oh, those are all friends.
It's my friend. I've known her for a really long time, since we were little.
We went to a twin support group, okay?
It's like, what do you mean? You have twins in your
Figure I had
family.
better odds of making
guys-
friends going to a twin support group.
Your
okay?
families go on vacation. What are you talking about?
Your families go on vacation. That is so funny, bro.
So, that's so
Okay, so-
funny.
So anyway,
Okay.
I'm still shooting for twins. I
Okay.
still think it can happen.
We might
Very
need to
hopeful. So
calm
you
back.
need to. I brought up meditation. You need to look up how to manifestation. Okay. So
I've dabbled.
add that to your
dabbled.
meditation. Okay. And who knows what'll happen?
Seriously.
The universe. We kind of concentrate on the bad things, but man, it can give some really cool,
there's
unexpected gifts as well.
You couldn't have said
How
it
does-
better.
how
so
does
much
your-
credence to that.
How does your wife feel about having twins? Would she think that would
No, she wants one. Like
Yeah.
just a healthy one.
like a normal human.
yeah.
like, what are you doing?
Yeah, just like a regular pregnancy. Especially as time lines up. Like again,
Oh, shoot.
very likely she
You're
could be.
crazy. When you just said
Yeah.
that, I was like,
Yeah,
you are
that's so-
what, dude?
So I hope you have twins, but just say you well, how many total children do you want?
A couple
Okay, yeah.
healthy ones.
Two twins. He wants twins, so he at least wants two.
Yeah, at least two.
yeah. heck
Two,
yeah.
maybe three.
Dude, I'm the
Nice.
youngest of three, so
Okay.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And how do you feel growing up with a family of three?
loved it.
So you're very
Nice.
close with your siblings, right?
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
close.
that's
Yeah,
great.
pretty close with my siblings.
Well, I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Especially in the next couple of months. Okay. And don't stress. And
stress.
It'll come. Yeah. And so what we like to do with our NTRGs when we're wrapping it up is do 6 on the line. On the clothesline. Do you want to start out or do you want me to start out?
I can start out, but can I look at them, please?
No.
Is it like 6 different garments that are out on the clothesline?
If you'd like
that's
to
a good
picture
way.
him that
It's
way.
like
Oh,
this is
Yeah.
the pants question.
we might
this
need to
is-
do that.
this is
I
the
like
right
that.
stock
No one
question.
has ever said that. Nice. Nice.
He's allowed back on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, heck yeah. Oh my gosh, Seth. All right, so
Yeah, I
here's
like that.
This is the sock question.
Okay.
All right. Are you a sorter? Or are you a mixer when you do your laundry? Like, do you mix, colors, whites,
Or you just throw it on.
delicates, or do you just
Sort.
throw everything? Sorter?
Sorter.
Cool. Heck yeah.
And do you find that flows over into your actual real life? Meaning, are you a person that lets a whole bunch of people in all the time and then sorts through them? Or are you the person that sorts through who gets close to you?
I'd say the latter. Yeah. Again, I think door-to-door sales.
Yep.
You're able to read people very quickly.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Energy and
Nice.
and I think that's also an ADHD superpower.
Yep.
Where it's like you have pretty good reads of people and intuition, and so I'd say I can usually get a pretty good read on somebody right away and sort them out in the beginning and not have to let them into that.
Yeah, it makes it a lot simpler, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of the other way,
But I've been proven wrong. Somebody that I've put at
don't
arm's
you
length.
love it? Isn't that a nice little gift?
It's the best.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Oh, it's a gift.
something that outside of the pile has
You like
surprised you, or
wow, you came
Guess
out
what?
really sparkly clean.
Get
You
on
look
in
brand
here.
new.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when is laundry complete to you? Is it when it's just clean and done, or when it's hung up and put away?
Ooh, hung up and put away.
nice.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, a lot of golf shirts. So
In
Gotta hang 'em.
life,
Gotta
a lot
hang
of
'em.
polos, gotta hang them.
Yep.
life like laundry has many cycles. What is maybe a cycle in your past that was really positive that you're like, I think I want to bring that back? Or do more of?
I had a point post college where I was swimming a lot, and that was part of that meditation for me, was being inside of a pool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Even when you're in a gym or on a treadmill or something, you can look at other people and wander, or you want to watch TV and run or whatever it is. But when you're in a pool, it's really just you and the water, and then sensory deprivation.
Right.
is
And you
part
don't
of
really
that as well.
hear as much.
You can't hear stuff.
You can block
it's
it
really
out.
just one task.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I could get back into that, cycle, of that meditation, exercise combo.
Nice.
And swimming's always been a big part of your life,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Swimming's a big part of my life.
Yeah, and it's funny how we as humans know what works for us, right? We
Yep.
just know it. So why aren't we doing it? But
Right.
like Willie Nelson says, it's like anything in life. You have to make that conscious choice. It doesn't come, those good things don't always come subconsciously.
Yeah.
That's
And unfortunately, it's not the easiest
No,
activity
it's not.
to go do. It's like you
It's
have to
not.
go to a pool,
So-
shower, and chlorine,
Right,
and, all
Yeah,
that. All
it doesn't
that
matter
stuff.
where you swim.
maybe you could buy a
River,
bigger
Right,
bathtub.
whatever.
Maybe you could just
Yep.
float.
Being in the water. Yeah, I mean,
Nice.
that's a huge passion of Cody and C-Lou's and mine, is being in the river. And,
Yep.
Right.
there's a lot of times at
Fellow surfer.
6:15 in the morning where I'm kind of just treading water against the current, not surfing. Cody's like, "What are you doing?" I'm just like, "Oh, dude, just getting a couple laps in, man.
Yep.
I'm good."
Just waking up, man.
Yeah, just getting it
up.
going, man.
You're
Don't worry about me.
crazy, dude. You're crazy.
Well, I hope there's more laps for you in the future.
Thank you. Thank you.
Definitely. Yeah, we'll have to have you back on for a next season when we start the surf season. We'll do like a,
Yeah, definitely.
you and me will like dive into the season.
Yeah, live on the scene.
Yeah, live on the scene. So, but okay, so here's a good one. Who is like on your Mount Rushmore of people that help mold you? So 4 people. Like, who are the 4 most influential people you'd say in your life? We've
And
had
these
people,
can be animals too. People
yeah,
pick.
we've had people do their parents. We've had people do like celebrities. We've
Yeah.
had people do their pets.
And there's
Yeah.
4, so
No, I think I'm lucky because, like, if I were to just knock out 2 right away, I'd
Okay.
say my mom and my dad.
nice.
Yeah.
I
For
love it when
different
they show up.
reasons.
Absolutely.
Yeah, different reasons for sure. Like my
Nice.
mom's,
Good job,
the way
mom
she deals
and
with
dad.
people and compassion and stuff, and then my dad, the way he handles business and
Yeah.
carries himself and stuff.
Nice.
But,
Nice.
I've learned so much from both of them.
yeah,
Just,
absolutely. So I think that's a kind of easy cop out answer for 2 of the 4.
It's not a cop out at
Not a
all.
cop
It's
out, but
great.
easy.
No,
Yeah,
Great.
heck yeah.
That's a collared shirt question
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
The last 2,
And good job, mom and dad.
yeah, mom
It
and dad.
seems like
That's how you know your parents did a good job when
Yeah.
they make that
Yeah,
list,
when
right?
they make that list, that means they've done well, and
Yeah.
you're an adult now. And
And you don't have to put me as 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Like-
No, I mean, I'd say, an amalgamation of sports heroes and, people that continue to fight and eventually get on the other side of victory.
Yeah.
You know, Peyton Manning's, I think, it's I'm not a Colts fan
Yep.
or,
Broncos.
you know, or necessarily a big Broncos fan. I'm from Baltimore. So, but I think he's interesting because he had years of losing in the playoffs in these big moments. And it took him 8 years, and then he won 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
It's, you know, widely considered, you know, the best brain at the position.
Yeah.
And I think if you can get those type of accolades, you know, where it's like people respect you for your mind as well as what you did with, you know, your body. But it's like, no, he was a smart player.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like he made great decisions.
Right.
Could read the field and stuff.
Right. Right.
Definitely.
Sneaky pick. I
Just
think would
really
be.
good in his profession and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. There's some golfers
Okay.
that I'm thinking of too that kind of.
Well, you have one more person, right?
Well, I'd say that third spot would be the amalgamation of
Okay. Oh, okay.
sports figures.
Go for it. Okay. Okay. I like that.
God, number 4.
It'll be like one of those.
Is it cocky to say me?
No. No, Snoop Dogg, when he got his star, or it's either when he got his star, when you get your star, I guess you do put your hands in. And says, I would like to thank myself because
Yeah.
I'm the one that drug my ass out of bed every morning and made it
Yeah.
to every
Cussing on
meeting
this-
on
on this
time.
podcast,
And,
but-
you know, I would like to thank myself.
Yeah, God
Yeah.
straight.
I love
yeah.
it.
I made some good decisions.
There
and I made
again,
some terrible decisions. and I
Great
got on the other
job,
side of it.
mom and dad. I mean, it's hard to raise a kid with self-confidence. It
No,
just
I know. That's
is.
the cockiest answer I could.
It is not cocky. It's self-confidence, and I love it.
He's
Well,
definitely not,
I
yeah.
would say it's because I got my wife to marry me. You know, I found an amazing partner.
You found an amazing job.
Found an amazing
mean, come
job.
on, you've
know
been going
what
forward.
Rock bottom looks like.
You know what works.
You
You
know
know,
what
what doesn't
feels
work, and
like.
you're trying to do your best.
Yeah.
You are doing awesome.
Yeah.
So, okay, so
No, I meant like not to just hammer the point, but like there was a point in my life where I needed a full reconstructive surgery on my knee. I was facing a criminal charge, and I just broken up with my partner at the time and had to move back in with my parents. This was all within a week.
Whoa.
So I'm getting ready.
we
for a
had
knee
another
surgery,
guest.
kinda
We
thinking
had
about
another
how
guest very
terrible life
similar. Like
is.
the whole bottom fell out, and then it fell out again.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just like
And then it fell
I'm
again. Yeah.
emotionally broken. I'm physically broken.
Yeah.
And now I'm financially broken.
Yeah.
I need to
But
get
look
a
at
new
you.
job and find a new place.
And all I can do right now is
that's
sit.
why I say I'm on my own because I can't think of anybody else. But also, you know, I've touched rock bottom.
Yeah.
And now we're on the other side.
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. No, that's a terrible answer, but
It's not a terrible
No,
answer.
I like it.
It's not a terrible answer,
So-
bro. We've heard a lot of answers.
We've heard
That's
a lot.
not.
I love it. I love it. And I kind of picture that third one, like maybe a surfboard and I don't know. I just picture like sports and stuff chiseled
Brian,
into
you know
the.
who Brian Fanning is? You know who Brian Fanning is? Professional surfer.
Mick?
Mick Fanning.
Mick Fanning.
Oh.
Mick Fanning.
He's the one who got attacked by the shark. right?
Yeah.
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 So
So
that's
that's cool too.
Yeah, he's a pro surfer.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Got bit by a shark
In competition.
in competition.
That's a bad day.
Paddled back
That's
out.
a bad day.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like a boss.
That's a bad
Like,
day. That's,
again,
that's
those-
awesome.
Those people that have the
That-
worst possible scenario
And,
happen.
and find the
And
road.
then-
Keep going.
yeah,
He
and then
punched-
I love it.
going.
He punched
love
the
it.
shark to get away from it.
Well, isn't that what you're supposed to
Yeah, but like no one never actually does it.
Oh,
like
wow. I think I at
gangster.
one point. So, not to bring up, like, we're not looking for religion or anything like that, but just say, after this life cycle, you find yourself in the big white laundromat. How would you like to be greeted?
Ooh.
Yeah, how do you want the doorman to greet you?
You can be whoever, and they can say whatever.
I hope it's one of my dog Ryan.
Aw, I love it.
That'd be cool.
And what do you say? Come look at this fucking dog park. You're gonna love it.
Yeah, no, just like
Nice.
opening or showing up and dog
Nice.
greets you.
Like yeah. Do you
Nice.
know?
We love our animals here.
Do you know much about Day of the Dead? You know what Day of the Dead is?
Deus de Mortis.
Yes. So
Dia de Mortis.
Dia des or yeah. Anyways, so the whole idea is well, not the whole idea, but like
To
In the-
honor.
in the
to
Mexi-
honor
well-
and celebrate.
yeah, in the Mexican heritage, this comes from the Mayan heritage actually. But they believe that you have an alebrije when you die, and that is your spirit guide, which is usually a past pet.
Ooh.
So it's an animal of some sort.
Nice.
And they guide you across the bridge into the spirit realm.
Cool.
You know what
Oh,
I'm
I
saying?
like it.
So it's always
I'm
like,
with
I
I
like
always
it.
say like my dog is right now. I think she's my Alabrije.
Yeah.
Like, like that's who's going to see me when I
Nice.
go. So
Nice.
that's Ryan.
No, I mean,
yeah,
I was raised Jewish, and at least my understanding or my interpretation of our religion is that there isn't necessarily a heaven or hell,
okay.
but the way that people talk about you and your legacy is your
Heaven or
hell.
your hell.
You know,
I
it's
agree.
Like every time you're mentioned, oh,
I
that
agree.
guy was an asshole. It's like, well, you're in hell.
Yeah,
People
you're
say
right.
bad
right.
things about you.
Yeah, I agree. I
You
agree.
know?
Yeah, you
I
sucked.
agree.
Or I'm named for my great aunt Sabine because she was a cool lady. Like
Right.
and so we now
Right,
have
right.
remembered Sabine.
Right.
She's
In a good
heaven.
way because
Like,
she was a good person,
right,
a good human.
right.
1,000%. I love that answer. Last question here, Seth. So this podcast we created is for our sud buds in the future.
Yeah.
I call them my grandsuds.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it's just so basically, your child when you have it, my child Alani, her grandkids in 20 years they can listen back and just be like, oh, that's my
If they
parent,
want,
and this is
it's
what
more
they
of an
did,
adult thing.
and
me as a grandparent, I really don't know how long I will have with grandchildren. So that limits the time of them knowing me as an adult. So I thought this would be a good way to know me as an adult, depending on how the time works out.
exactly. But we basically, our last question is, what is some advice that you could like give the sud buds basically? Like what's the best piece of advice you
grandsuds.
think
So
you
you'd
can give
be
the
giving, like,
grandsuds, like, or even
your younger self, or you'd be giving advice to a younger generation or your younger self in whatever situation you can choose.
or even a better way. I mean, you're shooting out fatherhood. What's one thing you could tell your child? Like, imagine you just could tell her one thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's some advice you think?
Yeah, and you don't get two if you have twins. You have to tell them the same thing.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
Well, I would say just because it doesn't exist doesn't mean it's not real.
Nice.
And I think that's a weird way of putting that. Like, if you don't see it out in the world, it doesn't mean that you can't make it. So,
Yeah.
Dream and
Dream.
imagine
Yeah.
and work and
build.
nice build and nice. I like that.
That's huge.
I love it.
Heavy.
Prolific.
Well, I can't wait to have you back.
Yeah, no, this was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
I
Thank
can't
you
wait.
so much for jumping on
And thank you. I loved your answers for On the Line. Those were great.
yeah, that
a little
was
self-conscious about the Mount Rushmore answer.
good. Well, that means you just have to come back on, bro.
Well, hey, if you want to redo it, you can redo it.
Yeah.
Well, the nice thing is
Wish I had a better answer.
I know so much about you, and I know we just like barely scratched the surface. We could
Yeah.
almost have like 4 episodes, like
Multi-series,
yeah,
Yeah.
multi-series.
multi-part series.
That's how I got this job. I was just on it a million times.
Yeah, he became my. I don't know
See,
if you
Lou's
ever
just as
watched. I
interesting.
don't know if you ever watched Ellen, but Ellen decided at one time, which was I don't know how many seasons in, that she'd finally agree to having a guest host, and I believe her first guest host was Sean Hayes from the sitcom Grace.
Grey's Anatomy.
No, Grace and why am I blanking? Something Grace.
Will and Grace?
Will and Grace. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he was the gay friend.
Yes.
And that's Sean Hayes,
Yeah,
right?
he's hilarious. Okay,
and
I
he
know
was
who you're
like
talking
one of the
about. Yeah.
first co-hosts. So I remember when we first had Silu on, I said, "Hey, would you consider being like our Sean Hayes?" And he's like, "Well, I don't even know what you're talking about." And I'm like, "Go look it up. Go look it up." Meaning, it'd be great if you could go host, because I think you find chemistry with certain people after interviewing them and everything. And so
Yeah.
that's how we
No,
became. And
I'm here.
now he's my friend, and I have a friend
Now
too,
we're
which
bros.
is
He's the
great.
man.
We're bros.
Oh, yeah, it's
Thank you.
awesome.
So
It's
yeah,
awesome.
we'll have to have you back on. We need to talk about surfing. We need to talk about golf.
And
Well,
fatherhood.
I mean, talk about good examples and surrounding yourself with good people. Cody or Silu is
Whatever. Yeah, Cody.
model
Heck yeah.
of
Yeah.
what I'm anticipating and what I'm hoping to do.
Oh, thanks, dude.
Yeah.
I really
Like we
appreciate
talked
that.
about sorting, I might let like everybody in, but everybody doesn't stay in.
Facts. Facts. Heck yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming on,
Thank
bro.
you
Yeah,
so
thank you,
much.
guys.
I love you, dude.
Okay.
Thank you.
Love you guys.
So, okay, Smarge is folding out.
You. Heck yeah. Nice. That was what's up.
Hey, before we wrap up this spin cycle, I would like to give a quick shout out to those listeners who may be famous. We really do love and adore you, and even though you do not qualify as an NTRG, not the real guest, we would love to hear from you, so drop us a note, dirtylaundrycleanconfessions@gmail.com. Haas, Otter, Silu, and Smarge, thank you for listening. We hope today's recordings ease the daily load a bit for the Sudbuds and the future generation, especially on those tough stained days. Please enjoy our new theme song by Kendall, Jetri, and friends. Here it is for your folding pleasure. Keeping it sorted, Smarge is folding out. And remember, be safe, stay even, and when in doubt, go half.
Make no money off this podcast news. Give us confessions we can use. People love it when you lose, they love dirty laundry. We couldn't be actors, so we wound up here. Don't have to look good, just have to speak clear. Come and whisper in our ear, give us dirty laundry. We do innuendos, we twist your mind. Clean confessions won't cost you a dime. Good for the soul, and you'll feel fine. Dirty laundry. We can fold your laundry, we can sing and dance. We're all done now, thanks for taking the chance. Hope y'all enjoyed this wash and rinse your dirty laundry.
Dirty laundry.
Clean confessions.
Dirty laundry.
Clean confessions.
Dirty laundry.
Oh, clean confessions.
Dirty laundry.
Clean confessions.
Dirty laundry.
Oh, baby, clean confessions.
Dirty laundry.
Mercy, baby.
Dirty laundry.
Come clean on me, baby.
Dirty laundry.
Clean confessions.
Dirty laundry.
Yeah, baby. Got your confessions right here.
Dirty laundry.